Hello, everyone. Hey, does your internal editor slow you down when you're writing? You can outsmart it with fast writing. Hi, I'm Gail Woodard. I'm CEO and publisher at Dudley Court Press. We're a hybrid book publisher, and we help thoughtful people write their books and become successful published authors. In today's Tips for Aspiring Writers, I'm going to tell you about fast writing. When you're writing your early drafts, do you find yourself distracted by the need to find the precise word, the exact word for something, or to confirm a particular fact? That is your internal editor at work. Now, your internal editor is housed in your left brain. It's part of your brain that's concerned with language and logic. And when it interrupts your right brain creative activity, it's only trying to do its job, which is to get your very best writing on the page. Too often, though, the left brain internal editor can squelch the creative impulses that make your writing yours. You know, the original thoughts, the turns of phrases, the allegorical leaps, the writing that surprises and delights you. To keep creativity flowing, you often have to outsmart your internal editor. And one way to do that is with fast writing. What is fast writing? The simple explanation is writing fast enough so that you leave the internal editor in the dust. I'll tell you more about how to do fast writing in just a minute, but first let me ask you this. How fast do you write now? Do you know? Have you ever checked your writing pace? I suggest that you do. It's very simple. Set your timer for 10 minutes. Start writing as you usually do, your regular pace. Don't try to write fast yet. Just write for 10 minutes, and when the timer goes off, stop the timer, count the words, multiply by 6, and that's your hourly rate, the words you write in an hour. You might do this exercise a couple of times and take an average. Several years ago, I did this exercise with my son, who was in high school at the time, and I wrote about 500 words a minute. He was cranking out 1,000 words a minute. I was inspired, jealous, amazed that somebody could write that fast, and so I started practicing fast writing. And within a short period of time, my writing speed increased significantly, and it stayed with me. Today, I can crank out copy at a fairly rapid rate. What happened was I trained my internal editor to sit on the sidelines when I wrote my first draft, and you can do that too with fast writing. When you do fast writing, I encourage you to remember these few points. Think of the F as for furiously fast and free. Write with no concern for spelling or grammar, or precision, logic. Just write everything that comes into your mind as fast as you possibly can. A is for alert. Stay alert to the possibilities of what's waiting and wanting to be written. When you use fast writing, it lets you access those whispers that are barely formed thoughts. And when you can grasp one of those and follow it, you sometimes find gold. S is for sacred. I think fast writing can be great fun and liberating and wild, but it is also sacred. It's a portal to the profound source of creativity that's within you. So honor it and use it as a sacred ritual. And T is for temporary, tentative, a trial run. Nothing you write in your fast writing is likely to look the same when you do a second draft or final draft. Excuse me, except those gems that showed up unbidden when you weren't looking. Never judge your fast writing as good or bad. Some days it's just a warm-up. Some days it's a magic fountain of thoughts and ideas that you didn't even know you had. So how do you do fast writing? It's pretty simple. First, decide in advance that you're going to do fast writing for this period of time. And you can identify a topic that you want to write on, or you can just free write, which is writing whatever comes into your head and just getting it all down on paper, like you're channeling. You're just just scribing for something else. You can use fast writing either way. Decide how long you're going to do the fast writing. It can be 10 minutes for a warm-up or the free write. It could be 20 minutes to an hour if you really want to crank on a writing project. The amount of time is your choice, but I would recommend that you start off with shorter amounts of time if you're not used to this, and gradually build your capacity. Personally, I think setting a timer is very helpful when doing fast writing because your left brain can be employed to keep you on track, making sure that you keep writing the full amount of time that you said you'd be writing. It takes on that job as taskmaster to keep you working, which helps to keep it out of the editor role. Because at the same time, when you're doing fast writing, you have to ignore all of the left brain warnings about or demands or distractions. Things like, oh, what is that word? What is that word? Don't stop it. Don't do that. Just let go, draw a line, and keep writing. I'm writing a story about the time that I was in Mexico with my family, and we blah, 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 and we were in, oh, what was the name of that city? Doesn't matter. Just draw a line and keep going. You can go back later to research the right spelling, the right facts, all of that. When you stop, to give the left brain satisfaction that you have the precision of language, you put barriers up for I'm sorry, don't know if I said that right. When you stop to give the left brain satisfaction that you're saying the right word, or that you have the exact fact, you put obstacles in the way of the right brain flow. So don't do that. Eventually, if you practice this technique often enough, what you'll find is you'll increase your standard writing speed. So on the days that you aren't quite ready to dive in to fast writing, you're going to be writing faster anyway. You might want to time yourself after a month of regular fast writing practice. You might be surprised with how much your regular speed has increased. So to recap, fast writing, write quickly without active thinking. Be on the lookout for the wisps of pre-thought that float in your mind that don't usually have the space to come forward because the left brain is being so regimented. Consider the space to be consider the space to be sacred, and enjoy it and honor it as such. Something I didn't say, and I'm not sure why, but when you're finished with a writing session, let me go back a step in this. When you're finished with the writing session, take a moment to reflect. When your timer goes off, stop writing and reflect. And express some gratitude for what you've just written. And specifically, express gratitude to your left brain for keeping you on track and your right brain for the creative flow. That exercise alone will help strengthen the processes for you because you're training your consciousness to operate in this new way. So express gratitude to your right and left brains for the roles that they have played at the end of each session. And again, never judge what lands on the page when you're fast writing. More often than not, I bet you're going to be surprised and delighted at something that comes up on the page. So next week's topic on tips for aspiring writers will be, how do you know if you have something unique to say? In the meantime, if you want help with the 7 steps of becoming a successful author, please check out the free invitation tab on our website at dudleycourtpress.com. See you next time.